How's it going, everybody? He's Doug Upstone. I'm Scott Spreitzer. We are DocSports.com. 51 years in the business, and we are talking little Big Ten Pac-12 clash in Seattle between Michigan State and Washington on Saturday. The Huskies laying 3.5 for the most part, total 56.5, 57. Before we can jump into this, real quick note, you see that banner at the top of your screen? It says get a free $60 account. If you're not yet a member at DocSports.com and just want to give it a trial run, click on that link below the video. Get yourself set up for the free $60 account. Then you could use those free $60 on any of Doug Upstone's daily packages or any of my daily packages also. It is as simple as that. Doug Upstone, I'm going to start with you first to let you take things off from the top here. We'll kick it off to Doug. He'll be fielding the ball about the 5-yard line, and we'll see if he can run it back a few yards. But Sparty on this 7-0 spread run outside of Big Ten play. They're getting 3.5 here. Big change from the summer market. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, and this one, I mean, this is one I'm really looking forward to because I like the contrast between the teams. I mean, what I think the last time these teams played was 1997, and and let's face it, anytime you get what used to be a Pac-12 versus Big Ten, that's going to change some in the future here. But anytime you get a matchup like that, there's always a level of intrigue, and we got some different things going on now. Michigan State, everybody knows, is a run first team from that standpoint, but yet their passing game is actually still pretty good too. They're averaging a little over 230 yards so far this season, so that looks good. Now the competition hasn't been great, so we'll get a better indication, I think, where they are with that coming into after this game. Defensively, usually good against the run. Last year, not so good against the pass. Last in all of college football last year, I think at 340 yards, I believe, is what it was. They gave up a game. So they're going to be better, Scott. No question about that. Sure. However, we'll have to see how much better. It looks like it's going to be, significantly better. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, Washington comes in. They changed their whole culture. Okay. Jimmy Lake wasn't the guy for them. They brought in Kalen DeBoer, and he has changed the culture of what's going on. There's more accountability. Everything is in a much more positive frame of mind, and I think that's why the line has changed. Now, they're going to face an old Big Ten quarterback in Michael Penix Jr., who has just started on fire. They've averaged 380 yards passing so far. Now, granted, the competition hasn't been good, but still, 380 is 380. No matter how you want to look at it, sounds like a Mike Leach offense, as a matter of fact, with what they're doing. So from that standpoint, I think it's going to be a very entertaining game, but the line going over 3.5, Scott, tough one there. I actually like Washington to win the game, but I'm going to just back off that 3.5. I don't want to get caught on the hook if that possibly could happen. I'm going to take Washington on the money line against Michigan State at -160. Now, Scott, I know you got a strong opinion on this one too. Let's let everybody know what you're thinking.
I do, Doug. And, Sparty's been doing a good job of padding bankrolls outside of conference action. So that's one thing they got going for them, hopefully, here, for whatever that matters. But what I like are underdogs in Power 5 conferences that can run and stop the run, and Sparty does both. They did it last year under Tucker. They're doing it again this year. Now, I know neither team has really played anybody to speak of thus far, and this is going to be a good gauge for both teams. But you look at what they did, talking about Mich State. They've done a great job of slamming the door on opponents' running games thus far. They ran for 6 yards per pop themselves against Western Michigan. And I look at Washington, I'm going, yeah, they're going to be better this year. They already are than they were last year. But they did lose 7 of 8 down the stretch. They lost the opener last year to Montana. That was at home. But they are going to be better. They got the new head coach. They got a new quarterback who's familiar with Sparty. But, again, they have played Kent State. They played Portland State. One thing that stuck out to me against Kent, although they weren't out-yarded by a big margin, they still did get out-rushed by Kent State, and they gave up about 4 yards per pop. So I think that's a little scary for Washington going into this game. I'm going to trust the summer markets, Doug, and the summer markets had Michigan State about a 3-point favorite or so. So we could both win this, which is what we're going to hope for here. Doug's got Washington on the money line. I'm saying take the 3.5 with Michigan State. Let's hope it falls in the middle, and we both cash. But anyway, that's what we're looking at in this one. He's Doug Upstone. I'm Scott Spreitzer. Don't forget about that free $60 account. Check out this week's NFL video, too, between the Bucs and the Saints. We are Doc Sports, everybody. Let's put them in the win column.